I have perfect pitch, but not right now. Oh, I understand. Rolling. I'm on a mission to learn jazz in 7 days. Okay, the context is that I come from the classical music world. I don't really know jazz, like at all. And a lot of my friends are heavily into it. Like they have bands that play jazz, and anytime we have to jam, I am freaking out because I have no idea what's going on. And it's terrible and I want to change it. I think it's good to diversify influences and it'll make my writing better and I will get less stuck in my harmonies. I do feel like what I'm making always sounds kind of the same. Plus I get to discover some really cool music. This is before after, so this is before. I'm gonna try to do some improvisation in the way I normally improvise. Not very hip and jazzy, honestly. We have to determine where we're coming from, and this is where we're coming from. Okay, so I'm just gonna play whatever. Alright, I mean there's some elements that I'm sure will transfer. I use a lot of sevenths and ninths, so those are extensions. I know jazz has a lot of extensions, but I know there's a lot of strange ones that I don't know about and that I would never play without forcing myself to. And that's the whole point of this challenge, is to expand my mind, get some new horizons. Obviously, I'm not expecting that I will become a master at this in 7 days. I just want to get from complete struggle to sort of know what I'm doing. I don't think that's too much to ask, and I think it's realistic. So first step, I'm going to do some research. I'm going to see what there is online, resources that can help me to get started with improv, make a list of songs to listen to, and then we'll go from there. Amazing progress. Okay, so this is what has happened. I watched this video claiming that it could teach me jazz improv in 18 minutes, and it's totally working. There are 3 main tricks that I learned from this. Apparently all of jazz is structured around a 3-chord progression called 2-5-1. Who knew? What that means is like 1, 2, D minor, 3, 4, 5, G, and then 1, which is C. If we add the 7s, it does sound kind of jazzy already. The guy was telling me to do chord tone improv, which is where you play the notes that you're playing on the left hand, so the notes of the chord. Sounds like jazz. But then it blew my mind, leading up to the note from a half step below. So instead of doing incredible. And the other trick, which is just phenomenal, is called an enclosure. God, all the jazz people watching this are like, yeah, this is very basic stuff. I didn't know. Nobody told me about this. The enclosure is playing some notes below and some notes above the notes that you want to play. So instead of doing, I could do sandwiching the notes between some other notes that are close by. Sounds like every jazz solo I've ever heard. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So if I take all 3. Alright, day one, series over. No, I am going to try to learn more. So by the end of this week, I would like to be able to do some improvisation that sounds like jazz. And I would also like to be able to memorize and play one song, piano and voice. That would be nice. So I found a lead sheet for a song that I already sort of know because I've listened to it before. I'm just seeing what's up with the harmonies. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. I hate that. Why do they put 7 flat 5? Just call it diminished. Oh my god. I fall in love. G7 alt. What does that mean? What is alt? Okay, I've looked it up. Apparently alt just means whatever else you want to put on there. That's not helpful. What do I want to put on there? I don't know. Sounds cool. Move too fast. A7 flat 5. Oh, I understand. They say flat 5 because sometimes it's not diminished, it's a major with a flat 5. Sounds cool. I fall in love too terribly hard. For love to ever last. A flat 7 sharp 11. 11 is 4. 4 is D. That makes no sense. 11 is 4. I guess. Sharp 11 is sharp 4. Sharp 4 is just flat 5. No. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. So I guess it's just a D. So clearly there's some work to do with the lead sheet reading. Alright, it's day 3, and so far I've stayed in my comfort zone of pitches and harmony. I need to tackle some rhythm. I'm so bad at rhythm, it's actually embarrassing. So I really want to try to challenge myself, and I'm gonna do, I don't know, some pieces maybe in 5 or 7, and see if I survive that. I'm gonna take it easy to start by doing take 5, which is very famous, which I've heard many times. That should help me get started. Okay, from memory in my mind, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the melody goes like. Oh no. It's an E flat. The song is an E flat. No! That makes things so much more complicated. Seriously? Okay. Okay. Okay, both hands, I can do this. A 1,000 failed attempts later, I think I've sort of got it. I've practiced with Dave. It's kind of sad. I was convinced it would be sort of easy because I've heard this song before, and music that I've heard a lot is usually easy for me to play. And here, conceptually, I know what's going on in the separate hand, but putting them together, it was quite a struggle. Part 2. Ba-da-ba-da. This is the part that gets me. It's the part where it comes back around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, that checks out. Yes! I'm going to put on my nemesis, the metronome. Never done that before. I even landed on the downbeat, but it never stops. That was so much harder than I thought it would be. But I still think this was cheating because I know this song, I've heard it so many times, so I'm not really counting. I was just trying to play what I remembered. I mean, I guess that's the goal. You want to be feeling the rhythm and not just like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the entire duration of this song. I think I should probably find some pieces that are in 5 or 7 that I've never heard before so that I cannot cheat and try to remember what I know, and I have to actually figure it out. That's going to be a lot more difficult. I hate struggling through things, but it's the only way. So I found a piece by Mary Lou Williams. It was super awesome. The intro is pretty simple, so I'm hoping I can replicate it. This is a big part of learning jazz, I think. I want to see some voicings, which I guess I can only get by trying to figure out what they're doing, the people who are good at this. Why are they all in flat keys every time? That can't be all of it. It's like empty. It's missing something. Really? Yeah, the piano in this recording is like halfway between 2 of my notes, which does not help. It's so frustrating to me. I have perfect pitch, but not right now. I found another version where the piano's in tune. So I'm trying to figure out what makes this more jazzy than another piece. Because the chords are kind of simple. It's just a straight up D minor 9, except it's over a bass of A. In classical music, we would call that second inversion. But the rhythm is cool. It's in 12/8 or 6/8, which is my favorite. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This speaks to me. This I can deal with. A bit of syncopation and inverting the bass. That's good. I'm gonna steal that. Alright, I'm gonna keep trucking along. I've had a revelation. At the end of the intro section, before they start soloing, there's that cadence, I guess. One chord that's super jazzy that goes back to the root, and it took me so long to figure out, which is ridiculous. I'm gonna show you. This. So what is that? That's A augmented, and then flat 9. It's the flat 9. That's what sounds like jazz. The semitone above the octave. Oh, I'm gonna be using flat 9. Okay, so if I want to do this in C minor, so it's G augmented. That's very good. I've learned something new. I figured something out with the extensions. If you want to do 9, 11, and 13, they're just the notes of the 2 chord. Then I'm gonna play E flat, so the second chord is F, E, F. Super pretty. Oh, and then the sharp 11. That's sharp 11. That's regular 11. That's a shortcut. I could just play the second chord, a tone above, and that has a bunch of the extensions. That's good. All right, it's day 7. Honestly, I got a bit discouraged there for a second. It's not going well because I realized how much there was to know that I do not know, and I'm feeling a bit limited by my lack of virtuosity at the piano. But I have to remember, it's just for fun. I'm not gonna win at jazz. What I have been doing though is practicing some improvisation. But here's what I've accomplished. I've been practicing doing some improv. So I've just been playing around with doing sets of 2-5-1s in whatever key I feel like. Whenever I land on a minor chord, I think, all right, so that's the new 2. And then do a 2-5-1 to the next chord, and then modulate like that. This is fun. And this was in my goals. I would also like to maybe write a piece. I did it. I wrote a piece in 5. I kind of hated every second of it, but also not. It was pretty fun. This is the song in 5.
In plain sight, I belong to a world in motion.
So it's not like traditional jazz, but also what is jazz? I still don't know. It's more harmonically interesting than what I would have done before. Because I did want to make something that doesn't sound like me. I wanted to find a way to incorporate the things that I learned in a style that still sounds like my own. Yeah, so thanks for coming along on this journey where I learn all of jazz in 7 days. Totally. If you want me to learn another style in 7 days, let me know. I might not do it, honestly. This took a lot out of me mentally. It's just been simmering in my brain nonstop. Very tiring. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.